So I am working on this little puppy here. He's coming along quite nicely. I did just white Parfait Chunky wrapped around the base of the eyes. So before I snap that in. And right now I'm stuffing. And so I always do a preliminary stuff just to make sure that I'm face shaping appropriately. And then I start doing a final stuff and I create a cavern down the middle all the way to the end. And what I do is I start taking, I make sure I break it up, and then I just little bits at a time shove it all the way to the end, and I keep checking the nose, make sure I didn't accidentally misshape it, and I just keep adding. I'm just pulling from the top here because I kind of overstuffed everything, and breaking this up and then shoving it into the very base where the nose is. And once I feel like it's a good firmness, then I start backfilling. So I'll get a bunch of this, and I always break it up a little bit before packing it in. It just seems to work best, and I am never stingy with the fluff ever. I have learned from the kids, because I have them hug test everything, not to overstuff it, because I do still want it to squish. So like this one is just about right. And so now I'm filling in the cavern, and it's like, oh, is someone knocking? It's my dogs. And then I still need to finish this up, so I'm going to finish it. And then, so there's still a good amount. I can probably fit this whole thing in here. So it seems like a lot, but once it kind of compacts down, if I push down where it's compacted, there's still a ton of space in here. So I might even use more than this. But I want to finish the rounds and get it a little more closed off. I'll add a little more, and then I'll stuff whatever leftover I feel it needs, double check the face shape to make sure it's where I like it, and then I'll sew it off. So that's ready to heads. Working on this guy today. I have these long needles that I use. I have different sizes. I got it off of Amazon. I got them to sew with, but they are not thick or too small. Like the that part is too small to get most of these through very easily. I can get Bernat through it, but I can't get Parfait through it. But they do make really good stabby wands when you're trying to get the head situated. So what I've been working on is I have a little hole in the bottom of one of these legs. I was having an issue with one of the legs kind of turning out funny. So I leave that little hole there until the end because I can stuff in that area. And I tend to do that. If I have areas that are kind of funky, I'm not quite sure about the stiffness, like I won't sew this down all the way. I'll leave a little hole there until the last minute, just to make sure it hasn't shifted in a weird way. And then I also tacked down the ears, but not all the way, because as soon as I have everything else done, I still need to put the legs on the back side. So there's these little back legs and the back tail, which will help with balance. So I want to make sure I've got the head done. I figure out where are these legs going to stay. Do I need to make them stiffer, or do I let them fall a little bit? And then once I have an idea that it's all working out, then I'll start taking these pins out, and I'll sew down the last few pieces. So what do you think so far? You dapper fella? The cute boy.